right. Okay. What is going on? Where are we going? Are we going up? Are we going down? Are we going left? What are the issues in this market? What are the things that actually really matter? And what we should be understanding and seeing where the real alpha is in this market. Hello, Gus. Hello, RM. Hello, everyone else that's going on. Now, this is the interesting part. We are in a very, very, very key area in the market. Really, really key area. And unfortunately, and I want to say it in the Alpha Hunters group, I basically said exactly what was going to happen right now, right? Now, the situation where we're sitting is a very, very important one. And that is that we are in a key area where it looks like there is some real possibility we could go lower. I'm trying to be cautious here because the market is sketchy at the best of times. Let's not be undervaluing what is actually going on, right? Wait, why is this not working? Is this working? Can you guys see my live? Why is the chat not working? That's the real question. Can you guys see me? Why can't I see myself? 1 second. One day there will be a technology that will be developed. There'll be a technology that will work when I press the button. That will work instantaneously, like magic. Like this amazing. Yeah, but I can't see the chat. The chat's not working. Oh Lord. Won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends will have Porsches. I must make amends. 1 second. Happy for low. Yeah, there's a real chance that this thing can go lower, right? Okay, you can see my phone there. Let's move that out of the way. Right, is this working? That works. Well, why is the fuss and the manas das not working? Can someone explain to me why the fuss das is not working? I need to understand why that's not working. Is it working now? No, it's not working. Obviously, it's not. Why would it work? Why would it work? Oh, I know why it's not working. Oh, I know why it's not working. Okay, I know why it's not working. I get it now. 1 second. Get rid of that. Can someone type on the tube to see if that's working? Hello, Saeed. Hello, Marin. Hello, everyone. Oh, okay, it's working. All right, fine. All right. It has to be a diva. There has to be a diva in the house. Wait, can you hear that? Why is that talking in the background? Shush. 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 No. Shush. Okay, cool. Right. Now, where we're sitting, what's going on, what's the situation? I'm going to go through a lot of things today. There's a lot of interesting aspects that are going on. We have seen what we're looking at this present moment, and if we look at total in general, we're seeing a broader scale move that unfortunately looks like we're in a position where we could see some low lows, right? We haven't been able to break the 2.41, as I said yesterday. We've produced a lower high and we produced another lower high, right? There's still a chance that this thing can go and test possibly around the 2.37, but it is looking very, very low chance that that's going on, right? The situation at this present moment is that we're in a place where this could very well, right? This could very well come to a place where it could push down towards, and if I'm looking at the on Bitcoin itself, around possibly the 66, and it could even go lower. And the reason why I'm saying that is that if you look at Bitcoin, it's the same situation as total. Because the majority of total is Bitcoin because of the largest market share of where it's holding, right? But what it looks like it's going to do is this thing is going to push down towards these levels. And I believe at minimum around the 66,000 level. Why I think that is that if we draw this fib from the bottom of this move all the way up to this wick that we're sitting at right now, the 50% level sits around between the 66.2 to 65.8, and that also arranged was exactly within the area of support and resistance, the SR flip, where it started this move up. I'm expecting something like that to happen, but we could really could mention the price. You mean please? Oh yeah, if you want to see what I'm looking at, by the way, you can go to here and you'll see everything there, right? We could very well see a potential try up to the 69,773, but it is looking, it is looking like it ain't looking good. That's all I'm gonna say, right? It's looking weak. Everything's looking very weak at the moment, and it's partially because we're in a scenario, right? We're in a scenario in the market where Bitcoin is looking ever so difficult. It's looking like no matter how much liquidity comes into this market, right? No matter how much is being pushed into this market, we're not seeing the price go up. And the thing is, it looks like, can someone on the tube write something, please, or on X write something? Because I got a feeling that it's not picking up. Can you guys write something on there, just so I can see someone, if anyone's actually writing anything? Let's have a look. Can someone write on either of those? I'm seeing my own writing, but I'm not seeing anyone else write on there, which... Yeah, weird. Okay, cool, whatever. I don't know why it's not working. If anyone there can write something, that would be amazing. If not, okay, whatever, it's all good. Now, part of the reason why we're sitting where we are, right, is because of a few things. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You guys writing. Part of the reason why we're not really moving up is selling is too great at the moment. You know, there's this, I'll show it to you guys right now, right? So you guys can understand. Also, another thing, let's just get back to it. Another thing, why I think around this area could be very important, and I'll get back to why I'm thinking where we are, is if we look at the liquidity heat maps as well, right? If we look, we see that around this area as well is where all of the majority of the late longs have happened. And the thing is this, right? And the thing is this. If I was to say, in an environment like this, right? In a market environment like this, if price was to get near to here, and I mean, if it even breaks this lower level, and I'm talking about, let's just look at Bitcoin. If it breaks this 67 area here, right? They're all going to sell. They're all going to sell, and they're all going to full-blown capitulate out of this market. There, I see, and then let me ask this this fact that I'm trying to explain to you, right? Let me try and explain this to you. If you were a person that had put a late long here, and the market started to break this lower level at this lower level premium, right, around like the 68.5 area, right? If it broke that and came down towards these 68 and going further down and down and down and down, you get to this area where there really could be a position where I think even I would be like, yeah, would I say that the chance of this going further down is greater or going up is greater, right? It's this sort of feeling, and I feel that most people will capitulate hard at that level. And that capitulation at that area could really cause a bit of a cascade, right? And partly because of this, there's this graph going around, right? And it is a really interesting thing to look at. And I'm going to show it to you guys here in a second, right? Is it here? No. I'm going to show it to you guys here in a second. So I want you guys to gather the the unusual situation that we're getting and why this market right now, what's going on? UOG. I'm gonna say something. It's probably not me that's doing things to you. Just so you understand, there's a lot of copycats out there that will do are doing a lot of things. So if you really want to understand what's going on, I don't know what you're talking about, and if something's happened to you, I feel bad for you, man. But again, I'm not doing anything on to you. It's probably the 1,000 copycats that are out there. What was I saying? Now, yeah. So I wanted to show this image to you guys, right? If we look at the growth rate, right? The growth rate difference between market cap and realized cap, right? The amount of selling pressure is spectacular at this present moment, right? It's actually spectacular to such an extent that we have had over $380 billion. Oh yeah, Yuji, if you got scanned, man, I apologize. It's not me. I'm so sorry if that's happened to you. There are multiple people acting as me. There are multiple accounts that just copy my stuff, and they even repost my live, so it looks like their channel is legit to just do that kind of stuff. I apologize, man. I hope if I were you, I would do your best to just remove those from your list and follow this. This is my real one, yeah. And I am sorry that that's the case. But if next time, if you get to that level, by all means, ask and try and find out what it is, and if I can help you out in any way I can do. But that wasn't me. I apologize. That's the I apologize if you've gone through that. Sometimes there's a lot of people looking for easy money, and that's not the again, I apologize. It's not a good thing to go through, but it's a good learning lesson, unfortunately. And these people will act and look absolutely perfect and utilize other people in that way. Anyway, that's the thing. Cool. Look, so if we look at the difference between market cap and realized cap, right? We're in this scenario where previously $10 billion pushed Bitcoin up to 50, 60,000, all the way from 16. But we're at these prices, at these levels, where it's over $380 billion have gone into this industry, and we're struggling to move up. We're struggling to gain higher levels, and it just is it's a cascading selling and increasing selling, right? In this market, and it's an area where we have to be very careful, right? That we have to be very, very careful, because there needs to be a support and a leveling out at some place. Because if this starts to get, and I'm going to be very, very clear here, please don't take this in a scary way, but if we're getting to like sub 50,000 level, we're going to be in a mass capitulation event. And the thing is, it won't be just retail capitulating. It will be institutions and miners and a whole swathe of people capitulating hard. So we need to find people need to stop selling, right? Just people need to stop selling, because this thing is getting rough, right? We're in a rough situation at this present moment. So we have to be careful. What I believe is going to happen at this present moment is something on the lines of this, right? We could potentially see a push to here, even to here, maybe even to here, and then a breakdown and something on this level. And that will then push it up like that. I'm expecting something like this to happen right now, right? Where this finds support could be further down. It really could be, but I'm expecting something on this level to happen. However, there's another problem. And at this present moment, it's not an issue, right? It's not an issue right now, right? road you shouldn't be driving. Oh my god. It's not an issue at the moment, but we really need to talk about miners, right? We have to really talk about miners, because something happened and it got no news, right? It got absolutely no news whatsoever occurred. What's going on here, right? Absolutely no news occurred at this this event, but I am almost certain that none of you guys know that Kango. Do you guys know what Kango is? Out of curiosity, do you guys know what Kango is in this market? Out of curiosity, I'm just asking if anyone knows what Kango is. Otherwise, this bull run would start and be done a while back. Are you panicking? Oh no, I'm not panicking. I don't care. I know the symbols move back up. Good one, miner, right? They're one of the largest miners of Bitcoin. Some might say industry leader in mining, and they just sold $305 million of Bitcoin, and it's them selling is not the problem. What is the problem, right? What is the problem is this. This is the problem, right? Because they sold at an unprofitable number. They made a loss with that sell. And I want to say this, right? They sold at a loss and moved all of that money not back into Bitcoin, but into AI. And they moved it into AI computing. So where we are right now is a unusual place where miners, and I want to show this to you as well, right? And if you guys know what the pull multiple is, right? It's the daily USDT earnings of miners over a 350, 365 day moving average. If it's below 1, can you see this, by the way? By the way, you guys liking this? I'm giving more like alpha. I feel like I was being a bit lazy, so I thought, this free show I'm doing that no one's giving me likes or anything like that. That thing where no one presses the heart button. This amount of time I'm giving, that free show that I do without anyone. I feel like I'll do it a bit better, like put more effort into it. But I think I feel like I put more effort into it, and then everyone will be like, no, I'll give you less likes. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Hello, Ila, how you doing? Oh, nice. Thank you very much. A few people pressed the like button. It means a lot. It means a lot. Anyway, so if we look at the pull multiple, right? Why don't you put a date stamp on your live so we can know? How can I put a date stamp on my live? How? TikTok doesn't allow you to. I wish I could. It doesn't allow you to. And if you mean changing this, I can't do that every single time. You just have to know this is my real one, and the other ones are all fake, unfortunately. And a lot of people are following them. I could tell by the people that follow me and follow them that it's in that level, right? So if you look at the pull multiple, right, anything underneath 1 is loss. And at this present price of Bitcoin, miners are at a loss. And not only that, they're at a loss in a very interesting way, right? They're at a loss in a very interesting way. The percentage multiple difference in the pull, right, is 14%. So a 14% difference on average points to peak capitulation, which means that you will start getting miners start selling at a loss. And what this causes, and I'm going to show you a visual representation so you guys can see what this is, because it's a really cool thing. I found it online, right? Is that. Look through this really carefully. Because we're in a situation right now where it's causing not only network difficulties, it's causing issues of hardware shutdowns and not replacing because they can't afford to do so. But we're in a scenario where it's still steady. We haven't seen minor capitulation yet. But bruv, we need to, the market needs to start moving. Like we're at that point where we need to start moving, because if we don't, and this is the last scary thing I'm going to tell you, right? If we don't, we are going to see a cascading event. I'm just telling you guys, if we don't. Now, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. I'm definitely not saying this is what's going to happen. I'm just saying keep an eye. Like, okay, it's already pulling back, but keep an eye on what's going on, because this cascading event could be, it could be sub 50. I mean, I showed this wick here and I was like, nah, they can't be coming for this wick. There's no chance they're going to come for this wick. It definitely could happen. It definitely can happen. Government shutdown usually is a bullish thing, right? So you shouldn't think that as a negative thing for this market. But this is where we are. This is where we are. Sub 50 is a real possibility that we could reach. I never thought I would say that. But yeah, I'm at the 49. I'm thinking they're going to try and take out that wick, right? This wick here. And I'll say this, right? I'll say this. We would need a full-blown V-shaped recovery back above 60 for there not to be a completion of this market. I'm laughing, but bruh. Oh wait, I forgot to turn the light on. 1 second. Boom. Is that better? That's not better. I feel like I'm in a horror movie. But yeah. So we're in this situation right now. We're not cooked yet, right? We're not cooked. What if it drops to 30K? I see charts on X that show a 30K. I don't. If it goes to, no, I don't think it would be sub 30K. No, I don't think it's gonna be sub 30K. That would be wild, but I don't think so, right? I don't think that would be the case. I would say, I forget what other people are showing charts, and most of them are just looking for clickbait. I'm talking real facts here. There's a real opportunity that this could happen. Things are looking hella weak right now. Like, it's not looking strong. But I am expecting, I will say this, right? I want this to be very clear. I am expecting a counter rally. So I am expecting something on the lines, as I said, either here or a bit higher up here, something on this level. We're simmering slowly. There's a moment where, you know, when there's like, you know, that image of there's a fire in the background, and it was like, we're good, everything's cool, everything is cool. Don't worry about it. Thing is absolutely amazing. Things are looking good. Everything's fantastic. I love everyone greatly. Oh my lord. Costa Godtana a bit lower, please. Yeah. So I'm expecting something on that vibe. I knew that they were going to do some shadiness, right? I knew they were going to do some shadiness, because I said that around these areas is where I would look to take more profits. I took some profits down here and took some profits here, but it looks like this thing is going to come down, right? The best lows you've ever seen. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of buyers at 50. The thing is, there's a lot of buyers actually sitting around the 65. There's a lot of these leverage longs sitting around that 65 area. Fear is at an all-time low. That's when the reversal takes place. It's how it reached. No, that's not how it works. Anyone who just talks about fear and greed, there shouldn't be people that you should be following. I promise you, man. Those are lazy people that do that kind of thing. It's not about that. You need to look at hard numbers here. Hard numbers. Like numbers that you know, get you wives. You know what I mean? The ones that make you keep the ones that make you keep the lead. We learn about facts and hard numbers here. There's nothing else we don't talk about. That's the only thing that we look at, the only thing that we're talking. But I will say something, right? I will say something. And you guys should be happy. I don't know. I don't know if it is. If you guys should be, but we have launched the Alpha Hunters group, right? We've launched it. People are going in. We have the founders. If you guys are in the program and want to be founders, message me. You guys just need to do a few things, right? We have people in there. We have traders. We have people that are live. I can't say that word. Live tea with everyone. People can go along. He'll explain everything, daily updates, trades, and this and the other. And if you want to check it out, right? There's an absolute free section. There's also a section that is less free. There's a section that's actually a lot less free, but if you guys want to check it out, it's not only in the links below in the tube, but most importantly, I'm going to put it on my X, right? And it is at a, like, understand how stupidly priced this is. And it's only for a limited amount of time. If you guys want to join, by all means do so. If you don't want to, you don't need to. There's nothing about anything that's going on right now that's even going to, there's nothing that's going to make you have to follow me, right? Or do these things, or if you're on that side. It's super duper cheap. And also on top of that, right? This is what's really important to understand, is that we're in a scenario right now where, actually, let me just put this into the live that's going on right now. Everyone is welcome to participate and just make a nice, really cool environment for everyone. That's the key thing that I want to do, and for everyone to understand. If you want to join, it's there, the link's there, and everything else. I'll put it on the tube as well. There you go. All right. Okay, why is this not working? Okay. There we go. That's the situation, right? That's where we are. That's what's going on, and that's what's moving forward with all of that. Right, now, what do we see going forward? Right now, let's have a look at what you want. What coins do you want me to look at? What do you want me to see? What you want me to understand? What is it you guys want to go through? And then we can go from there. Do you see Coinbase is giving away free clothes? Yes, of course, because they make so much money. That's why. Solana. Let's have a look at Solana. Let's see what Solana's up to. Let's see what's going on with all those coins. But yeah, right now we're in it's looking rough, in it. It's looking a bit rough. I would say terrible. Like, I don't want to say it, but it looks absolutely. 1 second. Let's look at the low time frames. I mean, okay. Best I can say, right? If it loses, I mean, look, 82.9. If it loses 82.9, this thing is going to have a massive wick. Like, it will be enormous. Yeah. If Bitcoin starts to go break these lower levels here, especially this 67.9, if it breaks that area, this area here, loses that area, Solana, there's so much downside to Solana. It's looking bad, right? I mean, if we look at this thing right now, actually, how do I? Yeah, whatever. Even if you get to the 50, that's like a 15% drop from here. There's a real chance it could do that. If it loses its level, there's not much. There isn't much that's gonna hold it. Oh, you mean long term? Chill. Lamar. Lamar. Bruv, shush. You're talking. Okay, let's look a bit Solana on the long term. Do you think it could get to 40? Let's have a look. Wish I could play some music, you know. I'll look at Aston Hyperliquid as well. Bear market entries. Let's have a look. All right, let's look at a larger time frame there. Are you looking at that area there? I would say more 50 than 40. There's a lot of support here. Right there. Oop, 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 oop. Around there. I would say around there. That's an enormous drop. My God, it's almost 40% drop. Yeah, 50 is definitely possible if things start to really unwind. Like really, really unwind. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Look at the chat. Can someone answer my question? Is alt season going to run this year? I would say this. Everyone else, I know, but they play. I don't. They play music that's. You know what? I asked TikTok. I said, "Hey, can I play music?" And he goes, "If it's not." They said if it's not. What's it called? Trademarked. You can play it. And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What music? What music is in trademark?" Well, wait, what? Do you think that the I can't say that word. Epstein had a role in creating Bitcoin? I doubt it very much. Look, okay, I'm gonna say this right. I was like, you can't play trademark music. All right, cool. What am I gonna play? Like claps? So they're just like, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Am I gonna go tribal clap music? Is that what's gonna happen? With this, I'm gonna play spoons. What does that mean? Not trademarked. You know, some fart noises are trademarked, man. What are you talking about? What's happening right now? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's that situation, right? All right. So I can't play any music. Maybe when in the alpha hunters, I'll start playing music and do a longer stream and chill on there while I'm on the day. Play Peruvian pipes. Yeah, if only I could play the Peruvian pipes. But yeah, that's where we are right now, right? So Solana looks mega weak right now. It looks super duper weak right now. We'll see. Again, I mean, if we look at this, I mean, it's everything looks terrible. Anyway, whatever. Just stop, Alan. You can't write that. You didn't finish your answer to my question. If alt isn't going to, oh yeah, look. So I'll say this, right? You could sing, yeah. You don't want to hear my voice. My voice is terrible. I would say this. I think around May, we will see the bottom of this market. I would not be surprised if May doesn't start showing real fear in the market, right? Yeah, I think around that. And I would say maybe October is where we will start seeing everything really start to gain some traction again. Selling May and go away. It's not even that. It's not even that. You know why I say it, right? It's going to be a really weird thing. And I've seen a pattern happen. Because May is one of the largest cryptocurrency conferences in the world, right? Get ahead. Great. I'm sure Hudson Blue Rental will do some amazing, will teach you amazing stuff. Silver Comics is going to get broken February 2027 failure to deliver. Maybe. I'll say this, right? There is, and it's a really, it doesn't really make sense, but it does make sense when I explain it to you. May is when you have token 2049, right? And it is the largest cryptocurrency conference in the world. All the major players, all the major coins, everything everything is there. And you usually find that around that point, you will get a major rally in all coins, right? And the reason why that is because everyone who's coming to that conference wants to be happy about cryptocurrency. They want to be happy about Bitcoin. They want to be happy about coins. They want to be happy about all of this stuff, right? So they I'm not saying they do this. I'm not saying that there's any type of, I'm not saying that, but remember these words. I've noticed it happen a lot. Yeah. Brett is there. The market cap is small to afford to go. Brett is there? What do you mean Brett is there? You mean the meme coin? Yeah, be careful with Brett. That's Crash's coin. Even though he says it isn't his coin, it's his coin. He owns the majority of the. Oh man, that would have been an amazing short. If it breaks that, I'm definitely shorting that hardcore. Anyway, the conference. Not only Brett. Brett wasn't. Well, was Brett there? No, Brett wasn't there. What was there was man, there's a whole bunch of them. There's a few meme coin. They usually do the after parties, but the main conference is like 1 million people there. Everyone who's anyone is there. It's the conference, and you usually see a rally around that time. I mean, I've gone to 3 of them, actually 4 of them. So and I've noticed every time it's like that. Alex Costa says 2027 bull run. Agree or disagree? Okay, look, I mean, I can say maybe, but it's virtually impossible. And I mean virtually impossible to predict that far ahead. It's virtually impossible. How are you going to know? How would anyone know that's going to be that way? Maybe. You could say maybe, but maybe aliens can land as well. We're in full maybe territory. Maybe baby territory. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean anything. World War Bitcoin has... Hey, I like the guy. He's a nice guy, so I can't say anything bad about him. I haven't been watching any of his lives recently. I don't even know. Does he go live? I haven't been able to catch his live, to be honest. So I don't know. I'm not too sure what's going on that side. But yeah, look, maybe. Who knows, right? At this present moment, who knows? I'm just looking at where we are on cycles, right? You should play bongos during your lives for dramatic effect. I wish I could do that. Line goes to right always. Line goes to right always. Line goes to right. Oh, I don't know what that means. He's on Twitter. Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah. Look, that's the thing. It's hard to say, but all I can see right now, look, when we're in a bull run, right? When we're in the full sort of liquidity explosion into this market, you can do longer, somewhat medium-sized directional moves in this market. Very, very possible to do that, right? But if you're in this type of market, and to be honest, I'll say this to you right as well, right? Right now, you should be learning how to trade this market, in my humble opinion. You should do, right? And I know I'm going to be talking about alpha hunters a lot, right? I'm going to be talking about it a lot. But I've made it unbelievably accessible to everyone. And it's partly because these exchanges paying for it. Simple as that. And it's just a really cool community. We have an amazing trader in there who does live in front of you what's going on, so you can see what's going on. I'm there. There are a really cool meme coin guy there, and they're all there just doing it for themselves, and you guys go along with it. And I want to make it, and there's a free section to it as well. You can go there, you can go into the chat and talk and all this kind. You don't have to be a part of the paid side, right? You don't have to be, but it's just there for everyone's benefit. Been working on it for a while. But yeah, that's that situation. But that's where we are right now. That's what's going on. We're in a scenario where we have issues with miners, we have issues with liquidity, and we have issues with people selling at levels that can counteract over $380 billion coming into this industry. which is a bit scary, right? Great people in the group. Yeah, it's a cool place. It's just a place where everyone's trying to learn. There's no toxicity and all that kind of stuff. That's it. That's where we. That's the thing. Right now, that's where we are. We've been talking about this pullback for ages. It's not the Learn by Alvarez, by the way, just for everyone that's wants to do it. It's the alpha hunters. You'll actually see it in the group. Yeah, look at that. So I should have shorted that. I mean, we can't even get above. Can't even get above Asia Open. We're losing the Monday low. These are problematic things. You know what I mean? I mean, look, if we saw Solana get above this Asia, right, and consolidate above the 21-day moving average, we could potentially see a bit of a rally. But it's looking rough at the moment. Right. Who else? What other questions are we looking at? Please, I'm not gonna do that, bruv. With my luck, so if I go to $1, no, don't think it that way. But I will say this, right? And I want this to be very, very clear, because it looks like it's looking like they're gonna pass the Clarity Act. I would be, after all that effort, the amount of money that Donald Trump has made and done all of that kind of stuff, right? All of that kind of stuff. My name, I would. Okay, 1 second. Richard, I would look to check out the Alpha Hunters before you do anything. I can't say anything on here to tell you what to do, but that area there, even the free bit, you can go and check it out. I would highly recommend you join and check that place out. Do you see, before I can give that kind of thing, what's your thoughts on Tether Gold? Just go to gold itself. Don't go to Tether Gold. There's not enough liquidity in it. Do you see any future of Sui token? Yeah, could be. Stuck on that coin. Yeah, there's a lot of it's a bit inflationary, but it's on the heels of Solana. It just doesn't have enough usership at the moment. Factors to do well. It just all depends on your time scale and if it works. And I will say this as well. Look, the Clarity Act is going to be a problem for a lot of coins. I want it to be very clear, and I want to give this warning very, very clearly. The Clarity Act is going to create a framework where a lot of these coins are going to disappear. Be very understanding on that side. Gold will not disappear. Kaiten, gold will not disappear. They'll be fine. But you're seeing, even in metals, right? Even if you look at metals and silver, gold, I think is going to be fine. I think gold is going to be a scenario where this thing are going to move forward, right? You say memes are first. I don't think memes are going to be the issue. The reason why memes will not be the issue, right, is because memes are the purest form of gambling. They can go up and down. You can play around with it. That's not good. Honestly, all these people that they think they're experts on those guys. I don't think memes are going to be an issue. What will be issue is projects that are basing their whole value on a benefit, a utility that is not needed or cannot be used. Do you understand what I mean? Like a lot of ETH layer ones, are going to disappear. Because why would anyone use it? Why? Why would anyone use it? Why would anyone use something that was created to make ETH cheaper and faster, where now ETH is cheaper and faster and gives yield? Why? Memes have utility? No, but that's not their value proposition. That's the difference, right? That's the difference. You don't buy a meme because it has utility. You buy a meme because of its culture, its intrinsic value, is what's being moved in the marketing and all that kind of stuff. That's the difference, right? Memes are like, how can I say? Memes are like betting on the value of something that is hot right now. It's like buying a piece of art that's in fashion, or a piece of clothing that's in fashion that has an intrinsic value now, but when that moves on, then it doesn't have a value. Whereas it's not right now. What these layer ones on, I'm just an example. Layer ones on ETH, they're sitting there going, well, our use is not needed anymore, and that is the complete value of our chain. That's why you'll start seeing. This is what you will start seeing. Look, you'll see press releases of these bigger chains, these layer ones and layer twos and layer threes and all that kind of stuff, talking about pivoting and doing things that will align with the Clarity Act and will align with chains and projects that will not be captured by, won't have regulatory capture, will be within the framework of that. So if you want to look at where the future of this is going to go, right? And it's there in front of you. It's there in front of you. The Clarity Act is wholeheartedly going to be based around stablecoins, right? And I'll say that. It's wholeheartedly going to be based around stablecoins. And those that do interact, lend, fintech, anything that is based around that is going to be worth a lot, in my opinion. That's the thing, right? That's the thing that I want to explain. Meme coins could potentially be considered securities in the future. How? Explain to me how they can be considered security. See, this is the thing that really bothers me about people that talk about the understanding of what a security is, right? How is it based as a security? Let's check this out. What? Let's write it here. I'll give you the exact definition. What is a security, right? Let's read this out. A security is a tradable, fungible financial asset that holds monetary value and represents ownership position, equity. What equity do memes provide anyone? And a security, I just want to explain, a security is being sold something wherein which you prescribed a future value given from the profits or the earning potential of that asset. Memes are not that. I want everyone to be very, very careful what's said on that side, right? It's not that. It's like saying art is a security. Is art a security? If you fractionalize art, is that a security? Is that asset that you're buying going to have potential profit and earnings in the future? And is you buying that meaning that you're going to get a share of that? If you're not, that's not a security. Now, I'm not a financial lawyer or anything like that. Yeah, our Pokemon cards are security. Exactly. No, this is the difference, right? That's why, and I'll say one thing, right? And I'll say one thing. With the Clarity Act, there is a grandfathering of what is a security and what isn't, right? Solana doesn't meet that. I don't want to say anything, right? Right. That's a bit of a problem, bro. And like a lot of them are, bro. So this is a situation because, things like Solana and Asta and any of these tokens that are actually profit generating companies that have a token that people buy in the form of what it looks like a traditional trading asset, you know, real world asset, they rely within the securities law, in my humble opinion. They really do. But if they're not if they're not in that category, it doesn't count. So be careful when people say those type of things, right? People who say those type of things are usually individuals and creators that are trying to act unholier than now and don't really understand the market. And if someone says it is definitely, then they're the ones that are actually in a problem, because they are technically breaking the law, because nothing is set in stone at this present moment. Hype is a meme. Promise profits make it a security. Yes, Hype could go underneath the Securities Act. Definitely could. It really definitely could. That I agree with. A lot of these things can break underneath that realm. I really mean it, man. I really mean it. Brother, when you say beta on tomorrow's jobs data, I don't know what you want me to say, man. It's not going to make me want to answer you when you say things like that. I just... Whatever. What is this? Evening. What did I miss? Everything. You missed it. I gave the cheat code, Cryptus. I gave the cheat code. That's all I'm going to say. But that's where we are, right? All of these things can happen. Now, if we look at Asta, by the way, great trade. Not that I took it. I did take it. I didn't take it that far, but damn, that hit. Wow, that was... Damn. Asta, to be honest, it's looking pretty good, man. I don't want to say anything on that line. It's looking pretty good, but, and I'm not gonna lie, I do like big butts, and I cannot lie, right? I cannot lie about it. If Bitcoin starts doing the dirty, which it looks like it's doing in front of your eyes right now, if it starts doing it, I would expect Asta to do a very, very hard U-turn on that. That's what I would say to everyone. That's what I would explain to everyone at this present moment. It's looking a bit rough, bruv. Everything looks a bit rough. Yeah, 68,527 is going to be very important. Let's see what happens and what moves from there. All right, any other things? What else do you guys want me to look at? Anything you guys want to discuss? What's going on in the markets and everything else on that side? What coin do you want me to do? Any coin suggestions you want me to look at? Schools here. Japan. Yeah, Japan's an issue. Japan is an issue. Japan is a serious issue. I'm going to stop talking about it until something happens, and then we'll be like, oh my God, did you know that Japan is Japan? And I'm just going to look at the guy. What is life right now? Why does life hate me? All right, let's look at Cardano. Look, downtrend all the way, man. I mean, that is the 5 minute. Let's make this up a bit larger. Yeah, man. Look, I'm saying this. Yeah, yen is going up against the dot. Is it? More I'm looking charts, I'm assuming you're saying, and I get more information. I don't know what to do. Well, come check out the Alpha Hunters, man. You're probably in the Alpha Hunters. Come just ask any questions there. We're all there to help you out. It's as much of a learning experience as possible. Look, it's as easy as this, brev, right? We get a close, a low time market structure shift underneath. I mean, it's right here. 0.2596, and the drawdown on this could be enormous. I mean, God, I just wanted to. I kind of want it to hold, because this is that live is gonna be something. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be something. You could see a 11% minimum drawdown if it breaks that. That's what I would say. All right, Japan. Let's look at Cardano. I'm not gonna say that word. Let's have a look at 1 second. Is the yen going up? Please don't say the yen's going up. Oh no. I wouldn't say that's going up. start worrying about the yen. That's still okay. It's still okay. No. Start worrying about the yen if it starts getting above here. If the yen starts getting above here, yeah, that's the level there. If it starts getting above there, it's going to be a very different type of stream. So it's going to be a very unique type of stream that we're going to be doing. Mainly, I assume there's going to be a lot of people coming in to throw hate at me, as it just did, where someone just came up and called me a scammer for some reason, and then disappeared after I told them it wasn't me. I guess people can hold resentment. What can I do? But yeah, that's, I mean, it's, even though it's up, I mean, it's up, but that's not scary. When it starts getting up to here, even if it can get above the 681077, that's when things start getting very, very, very scary. Super scary. Also, did you guys hear the new Fed chair talk about Bitcoin? Have you guys seen that video? Have you guys seen that video? Yeah. Was it from my Insta that you watched it? You guys should check it out, right? You guys should definitely check it out, because because on the one hand, him saying it's digital gold coming from the Fed chair, that's pretty good. I do like that. That sounds amazing. I'm just worried about what he's gonna do to the, where he said he isn't scared of it. Yeah, I know. Look, so he sees the value. You know what's interesting, right? This is what's interesting. It's looking more and more like he's aligning with Donald Trump's views, which is a great thing, right? Which means that they can align things in the right direction. My worry is if the market starts getting a bit worse, and you know what also could be, like, I want to explain something else to you. If we look at SPX, it's just all right. If you look at SPX, where try not to scare you guys. 1 second. 1 second. All right. First things first. Please, can you tell me the figures that it will be bad for the yen? I gave it to you. I gave it to you on the thing. You need to look at the yen dollar. First things first. It's tapped the high, right? The previous high. And I'll say this. The S&P 500 is looking a bit it's looking a bit that shape. And I don't want to say it because it's going to scare you guys, right? And shapes like that, sometimes, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. God, sometimes can have a wobble, right? It can sometimes have a wobble. Understand? I mean, I'm going to say this. If we've seen a euphoric high in metals, right? We've seen not really a euphoric high in Bitcoin, and we've seen currency deteriorate into oblivion, and we're seeing jobs not really being created, but we're seeing inflation go down. There's going to be a point where the S&P 500 is going to pivot a little bit. And there is a point where this could roll over for a while, for a little bit, possibly down and test the 6.552. It's looking like it's curving over a little bit. Now, I will say this about the S&P 500. It can be more resilient than anything you could come across. But we gotta need to get some pullback at some point. We're gonna need to get some a a retrace, a capitulation event, something on those vibes to appear at some point here. And a lot of things are pointing in that direction. Oh my god. A lot of things are pointing in that direction. You know what needs to happen? Powell needs to cut and keep cutting. We're on the verge, right? I'm late today. Was that okay? Fantastic. Good to know that. We're at a point right now where things are looking a bit iffy. Everything is looking a bit iffy at the moment. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what the market gives us, and we play it as we go along. And I'll say this: if you're right now not educating yourself on every aspect when things are down, if you're not educating yourself on every single aspect of this market, how to see trends, seeing people that have done it many times before and pushing it that way, then I don't know what you're doing. Because if you catch, not even the bottom, I would say not even the bottom, if you catch anywhere near the bottom, anywhere, and you're in this scenario where you've learned how to utilize liquidity, utilize key levels of areas, you utilize trend lines, you utilize what is going on, and understand how markets ebb and flow and move, and you can get in at a leveraged move up, then there's some serious returns that can be made. Absolutely serious. I mean, look, you see in our group, there's people that made 60, 70, 100, 200% on tiny little moves. Imagine doing that for a year, honestly. And not only that, learning. It's crazy. It's a crazy situation where we are right now. That's all I would say. Highly recommend everyone doing what they need to do and learning that way. Even if it's not us, people that you trust and you understand, and do it that way. It's Netflix. If anyone looks at it and doesn't see the Netflix, the value of it, then I would be surprised. Cool. Right. What else are we looking at? The last 13 months in crypto has been regrettable. It wasn't me regrettable. Every scenario is a learning opportunity, and it's the average of there's this theory of money, right, where you can regret it in one way in this scenario, but then you don't have access to it, and then you regret it because you weren't in it. You have to not regret decisions you've made in the past. You learn from them, you adjust and you grow and you pivot. The number one thing that I would recommend anyone doing in this industry. I've been through this. This is the third time I'm being through this thing, right? Whatever, it's cool. Happens. Things will always move in left, right, and center. Things will always look like it'll never go back up. Things will always look like it's over. Things will always look like it's terrible. Oh my god, this is the end. And then when you're all the way up in all-time high, could this go up to 1 million? It's just the nature of the business. Thoughts on Dusk? I don't know what Dusk is. You want to look at Dusk? What's Dusk up to? One second, let's look at Dusk. That guy, this. That's why DCA towards the near bottom is the best thing you can do. 100%. And that's Duak. Dusk. All right, let's have a look at Dusk. I mean, it's had a nice little pump, but reducing lower lows and a key level of the Monday low here. This is going to test this Monday low. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. Very, very surprised if it doesn't come and test these lows again. 0.0984. We say, yeah, that's the thing, right? You have to understand the conviction of the projects that you're in. I when this gets down to stupid lows, and there will be a point where it happens. As I said, it always pushes beyond your nerve to a point where you think it's over. I'm just going to be adding because I'm investing below my liabilities, right? This thing could go down all the way to 10. I'll buy 10 times more. The only way that this thing actually doesn't work, the only way it doesn't work is if there is a, I mean, it would have to be a catastrophic failure of biblical levels. And if you're going into those levels, then the traditional markets are in problem, right? And they are already in the problem. You know, there's this movement away from what is traditional, and there's this battle between the two. And this right now is key. Learn how to leverage trades with small amounts. Wholeheartedly. I completely agree with that. You say Doge. Let's have a look at Doge. What's Doge up to? Again, look, everything relies on the Monday low. If it loses that Monday low, and I'd say the number is 0.09220, right? If it closes below that, this thing is going to test at minimum 50% of this wick. We're looking at, but I'll say this, ultimately, and I want this to be clear, right? I want it to be clear so people say, oh, but you said, but. Ultimately, right? Ultimately is this. I expect a counter rally to happen. Right? I expect a counter rally to happen. This is something I want everyone to really understand. I expect a counter rally to happen. And that counter rally is going to be something that's very, very important to catch. And that's why these key leverage pivot points are so important, right? Because that having a 5% move, just even think of it this way, having a 10% move with a 20x leverage is a doubling of your money, and a 10% move is a complete manner in that. Yeah, I think a counter rally could happen in May. I think there's going to be a rally in May. I really do think so, and it's nothing to do with any type of TA. It's all to do with the token in Dubai. That's it. It's all they're gonna go to all their market makers of all these coins and go, all right, look, all right, here's $1 million, make this thing pump. And when everything pumps like that, everyone's gonna be adding liquidity into the market. How true is it about the Chinese New Year pump? I don't know, man. I have no idea. Maybe. Hello, CHBGO. How you doing, man? How you doing? All good. All right, a couple of more coins and a couple of more things you want me to look at, and then we can move on from there. See what's happening on that side. It's weird, you know. A lot of the creators in this industry have disappeared completely. It's so wild that's as much as they care about the community. Like everyone here that is looking right now, all those creators that you once liked and thought was good and all of that kind of stuff, if you don't see them now, right, I would be very cautious about following them in any way whatsoever. What do you think about Sui and Randa? Good, yeah. They have good liquidity. Sui can pull back very aggressively though. So can Randa, to be honest. But Randa seems to have a lot more liquidity. But let's have a look at Randa. Let's see what the Rens is. Oh my. In every level. In every level, if there is a close underneath 1.317, let's keep it clear. If it closes below that, yeah, if there's a close below that area, this thing is going down. Only joined. Do you think we're in a bear market until the halving? I think we're in a bear market. Yeah. There's a video. If you go into my Insta, you'll see it there. There's a video that I did where there is a multiplier, as a multiplier EMA for wallet profit and loss. There's a moving average of the multiplier of the profit or loss of wallets, and it is below that indicator, which indicates usually a bear market. Raoul Paul says otherwise. Of course he does. Of course he does. Look, they will eventually. Okay, all right. I want to be clear here. Everyone can be right and wrong. The only difference is timescale. The only difference is timescale, right? That's the only difference. So Raoul says that we're not in a bear market. We will rally. If a year passes, is he right? And it does that. What I'm talking about right now, and the way I'm looking at this market at this present moment, is that I look on a day-to-day basis. Day-to-day. My analysis is day-to-day, right? I play day-to-day. I go to I go onto the markets. I see what I'm doing. I do my plays. I do 2-3 trades a day maximum. And if they hit and they're looking good and I've done good profit, I'm done. I'm done. I mean, just between I don't usually say it, and this is the last time I'm going to say it to everyone, right? I mean, in profit, I'm in I don't like saying that, but I'm up a lot today, right? Huge amount. I don't need to do 15 trades a day, 2-3 trades a day, even one good one, right? It's enough. I've made today most people's monthly salary, just so you understand. I'm done. I'm happy. Cool. Whatever. Whatever. I'm good. This is the thing that you need to understand about that. That's how you go. And then when you play it, then you get to a point where you've done all this understanding and learning and go all the way to a point where liquidity comes in. Oh my Lord. You'll be on this other side of the screen going, all right, guys. All right, guys, this is where we're going. This is how it is. He says it's a 5-year cycle instead of 4. You're just short term. Yeah, I'm looking at short term. What short term? I trade Bitcoin today. Down, up, and down. Literally down, up, and down. I said if you go into the Alpha Hunters group on my thing, I said we'll probably go. I think we're gonna go down. Right. I added to my shorts. Took some profit on the way up. I said it's gonna go pump a little bit, but ultimately this thing is going down, and then just rocketed back down again. It gave you the exact move. How did you learn to trade? Myself. Look, okay, I'm gonna say this to everyone, right? The only way, and this is the surest thing that I know in doing this, is that there is no way. Do you have a training or do you have any groups? Yeah. If you go to my X or to the tube on the bottom, there's links there. It's called Alpha Hunters. That's our group. The only way you can learn how to do this is through time, experience, and knowing what works for you. Anyone that says this exact strategy definitely works, that's not right. Anyone that says this works, this works, that anyone can say anything that they want to, and they can say this has got this much percentage work. It will, but it may not work for you because it doesn't work with the way that you trade. You have to play and understand. Each person trades differently. Each person has a different understanding. Each person looks at different things. And the thing is, trading is the law of averages, right? And it's not about win rate. Anyone that talks about win rate, it's annoying because it doesn't mean anything. It's the balance between the amount you win, as in number, in relation to the amount that you lose, because every single person that trades loses as well. Every single one. It makes it easy for you. There's no influences making you laser relying on them. Yeah. Yeah. This is a thing, right? And the thing, it's amazing being a part of a community that is there to support you and learn and push and go through that way. Say you've messed up. Oh, crap, I messed up. And then you come and go, oh man, guys, I messed up. Why do you think I messed up? The community there is there to help you understand, oh, maybe you should have done that. You should have done this, maybe this. And then you go, oh, okay. You journal that out. And the next time when you see that, you go, oh, wait, last time that happened. Let me see if it works this way. Oh, it worked. Fantastic. I learned something. That's the way. It's little increments of learning until you get to a situation you go, all right, cool. That's what I think is gonna happen. All right, cool. That's what's gonna happen. This, according to my understanding of levels, what I've done, that is what I believe is gonna happen. This is where I think I'm gonna exit. This is where I'm gonna go through. And you put that plan in and see if it comes into fruition. If it doesn't work, you figure out where it didn't work. Next time you adjust, and get to a point where you get to where you learn and earn more than you lose. That's it. And you don't give up. And that's why being a part of a community is so important, because it makes you not give up. That's it, man. That's the ultimate nature of this. And then when you get to a point where you're profitable, right? When you get to a point where you're profitable, it's just like it doesn't feel real. It's a weird feeling, because you just look, you go, I've made, how did I pressed a few buttons and now it's green and it says 5K on it. Like it's a weird world, man. It's a weird world, but that's how it, and it's fun. When you really get to it, you take it as fun. Don't play with large amounts, adjust little small things, be a part of a group and just push forward. That's it, man. That's the necessity of all of these things. And anyone says that you need to buy this, or you need to be a part of this, or you need to do that, it's just lying to you. If you want to be, sure. If you want to be a part of a community where you can chat and it's completely no cost, it's there. You can go and check that out. If you want a bit more help and you want to basically have a Netflix membership to something, you can do that as well. Calvin Hill's making 10K in 5 minutes. Yeah, no, 10K? Why are you insulting my brother? He's 50K minimum. This guy bets 50K up and down and ultimately never loses. It never loses. But the problem is, right? This guy doesn't understand how exchange liquidity works. And sometimes, Brev, if you do that, you still lose money because there's more liquidity upside than down and downside than up. That's why that 50K is just, it keeps going down, even though I'm winning all the time. Right? Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. This channel, right? This channel, right? It's at the bottom. And if it's at the bottom, it means that there's a chance it could go to the top, right? And if it goes to the top, it will bounce off and then go to the bottom, all right? This is how it works, all right? And if it doesn't work that way, it's your fault because you didn't understand what I said by bottom and top, innit? Right? Pay attention. That's how it works, right? The guy never loses, ever. That's how you know. That's how you know, innit? That's how you know he's the boss, innit? He never loses, bruv. I would love a mass group of people to ask him, hey, do you ever lose? Do you lose? Is there any losing trades you do? And if he says, nah, man, I'm always up in it, all right? Then you're like, oh, okay, cool. How do I get this ebook? Okay. Yeah, I'm done. Do it both ways, innit? That's gonna be the name of my ebook, right? It's gonna make a lot of sense. It's gonna be both ways in it, right? Yeah, this is the 100% win strategy. Yeah, there's two options. Either you don't trade because you always win then, or you trade both ways and you die. And you definitely win both. It... yeah. Okay, cool. All good. All right, cool. So what are we looking at? What are we looking at this president? All right, I'll leave it on this note. Right, I'll leave it. But it shows his losses sometimes. Oh, fantastic. That's good. Good on him. Good on him. Is it 50,000 losses, or is it just like, oh, here's my $10 losses, or 19.99 losses? Buy ebook and makes it better. Okay, look, I'll leave it with this. Right, I'm gonna leave it with this, and then I'll head off because I've had a scrumptious day today, I think is the best way to put it. Levels that if we hold, we'll probably rally to test these upper levels, and we go from there. I would pay per view to see your streams with Calvin. Oh my god, you know that? Oh my god, that could be a good business idea. A pay for boo service. I was thinking of my wife there for a second. God, a birthday's coming up. Oh dear. Anyway, pay-per-view sort of live between two creators. Oh my god. I don't know if I could deal with the star power though. I think I'd just start giggling all the time. Am I Persian? No, I'm not Persian. Yeah, I don't think how can you face the star power of a magnitude sort of force as him? I think it'd just be, I don't even know how I'll be able to understand what's going on in his lives. There's 15 million people in there. I think he gets $400,000 worth of gifts every live. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he deals with the thing. Of course he deals with $50,000. What are you talking about? I'm here trying to get, like, you know, you're a legend, man. I love your videos. I appreciate it. This is the real account, by the way. There's a lot of fakes out there. I'll one day they may realize that that's not what I was doing or have ever done or even know how that works on TikTok. I don't know how that works. I'm more intrigued than anyone else, right? That's all I want to say. I'm more intrigued of how TikTok can understand that and how that's even how that's even a real thing. And how it found me of all places, but who knows, man? You know what I mean? That's why I'm working on the Insta more, because at least there's a person you can talk to. Not to say that they help. I called their helpline the other day. You can call them. This is a cool thing. There's an option to call. But it's almost like not talking to a human. You know, have you ever been to those helplines, right? Where you ask them a question and you go, okay, and they give you a reply that's got nothing to do with the question you've asked, and it's just like this robotic answer that they keep giving you, and you're just like, are you listening to me? Is that true? Insta wipe Bad Bunny's followers after show? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's come across that, but I was like, okay, this is my problem. And they go, I understand, sir. And then repeat something that's got nothing to do with what I asked them, and I'm like, why are we on this phone call right now? Can someone help me, please? Anyway, yeah, that's what happened today. But look, okay, say this. Currently, we're in this structure here, right? We're in the structure right now. In total. I look at total because it gives you an understanding of the whole market structure, right? We could, there's still a possibility, a greater than greater than positive possibility that this can bounce and we can start going and testing these upper levels again. There's a chance. It's just looking, it ain't looking good because we're getting continuous lower low closes, and it's testing this bottom region quite aggressively. If we see total close below the 2.29, let's just give it some space, breathing space, right? If it closes below that, then we will test at minimum the 50% wick of this. Now, if we start losing the 2.3 trillion, right? then Bitcoin will go sub 50. There's no question in my mind. It'll get there. Anyway, so on that lovely note, you TikTok guys, I'm going to love and leave you, right? I'm going to talk a bit more to the X and to the tube, right? I appreciate you all being here. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll go through, see where the market holds, see if we break down, see if we go up. And if you want more up-to-date stuff, like I said, the Alpha Hunters is there, and we can move forward from there. But I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you a lot for you guys coming and joining my alt account. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later on the TikTok. Take care, peace, love, affection, all that kind of stuff. Right, to you YouTube people, right? If you guys want to know where the Alpha Hunters group is, so I can just give that understanding to all of you guys, right? If you go on to the and I said, you guys don't have to pay. There's a free section to it. It's really, really simple. The free section is the chat and trade chat and this and that. You can go in there, ask any questions you want to, do anything you want to. We'll put some trades in there 2 to 3 times a week as well. So you guys can have an access and a feeling of what's going on. So you can be a part of the community. But if you look at, go to the bottom of the tube, the YouTube or X, it's on X as well. I put it onto the chat there. Something weird going on with the internet these days, or is it just me? I don't know. On my computers. No, it's good. All right. Let me go to hear myself for a second. Yo, okay, stop that. Okay, stop. Stop. All right, okay, cool. No, you're joking. All right, cool. All right. You come here. You go down to the bottom here, and you see it here. The Alpha Hunters trading group. There's a limited time offer. If you guys want to go into the pro. It's hilariously priced. I don't know of any other group like this that's at this price range. I haven't come across it. Like literally, it's Netflix value. Freezes and come back. Internet don't work well. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what. I mean, I've got full internet connection, so I don't know what it is. I think the internet itself is half suffering. Oh, there's a flare going on. Oh yeah, there's a flare today. Yeah. Everyone's internet's messing up. A solar flare is happening at this present moment. Whoa, what's up? 40%? All right, Pippin is all right. But yeah, you just go down here, go to the WAP at Alpha Hunters. It's, as I said, there's a free section. Go there, chat, talk, and do all the stuff you want to, and we can go from there, all right? Absolute appreciation to everyone. You guys are incredible. It means a lot that you guys join me all the time. I'll see you back in the Alpha Hunters group. We're going to be doing a weekly chat with KB as well. We might even do it on X once or twice a week as well. He's a really upfront, decent, cool guy as well. He knows what he's talking about. And what's even more important is that what's really strange is that he trades in a different way that I do, but we come to the same conclusion. And that's a rare thing to find. That's a nuclear solution that most people don't have the chance to get a hold of. All right. Now, appreciate everyone, all that kind of stuff. You guys are incredible. It means a lot that you kind of join me here. Anyone that's new, please follow, press the bell button so you guys can be informed when I'm here. Hopefully my office will be and studio will be completed by this weekend, but who knows? Feels like it's been forever, and we can go from there. All right, appreciate it. You guys are incredible. Love, affection, all that kind of jazz. I catch you guys later. Peace.